everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it would be a lot of fun to go through all of the uncompleted series that I am currently reading. Now, when I mean uncompleted series, I mean that they are still currently being published. Like the series is not completed and the author is still writing books in these series. I have 8 series right now that I am reading that are currently incomplete, and these series I'm just like highly anticipating the next book in the series. I am not completely up to date with each of these series. I think there might be a couple where I haven't read like 1 or 2 books that have already been published, but they are on my TBR to be read really, really soon. And I absolutely am enjoying these series so much, and I really want to talk about them. Okay, so the first series should come at no surprise. That is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. There are currently 6 books with 1 novella released. I have read all of them, and I am just waiting and waiting for the 7th and final book to come out. I think it comes out in October, and it is called Kingdom of Ashes. I can't wait. I love this series so much. The characters are fantastic, the world building is fantastic, there's magic, and we follow queens and kings and witches, and it's so good. I love this series so much, and I just cannot wait for the 7th book. I think it might ruin me. Like, I'm so nervous, but I'm really, really excited because I've been waiting for this book for so long, and I cannot wait. Next, I'm currently reading Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I am up to date. I've read, well, kind of. I've read Truth Witch and I've read Sight Witch. No, I've read Truth Witch and I've read Wind Witch, but I have not read Sight Witch, which is the newest novella that was released. It's kind of like a prequel novella, and I'm not sure if I want to pick it up. Let me know down below if you think it is important. Like, I know an author wouldn't release a book without it being important and having any significance, you know? But I rarely read novellas, so let me know if you think it is important to read. Well, obviously, you know, we don't have the next book in the series, so we're not sure if it's important or not yet. So I think I'll wait until Blood Witch comes out to see if I do need to read Sight Witch, or I may just read it. It's really, really short. I haven't decided yet. The next series I have is The Diviners by Libba Bray. I am currently up to date with The Diviners. I have read Book 1, The Diviners, Book 2, Lair of Dreams, and Book 3, Before the Devil Breaks You, and I absolutely loved the 3rd one. I cannot wait for the next book in the series. Like, I have to have it. Book 1 was so good. Book 2 was slightly disappointing. Still good, but not as amazing as like Book 1. Book 3 was so fantastic, so I just cannot wait for Book 4. This is a historical fiction set in the 1920s, and we follow a group of diviners with like magical abilities. It's so good, and I cannot wait for the next book in the series. Okay, so the next series isn't necessarily a series, more of like a world, and that is the Shadowhunter Chronicle, the Shadowhunter World by Cassandra Clare. I am almost up to date, and I'm going to add it because the Dark Artifices series, yes, I haven't started them, but Cassandra Clare is still writing in the Shadowhunter world, and I am currently reading it, and I am almost up to date. All I have to do is read Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows, and then I am completely up to date for the 3rd book of the Dark Artifices to be released in December. So I'm gonna count it because I'm gonna count it as a whole. Like, yes, I know that like the Mortal Instrument series is its own series, and then the Infernal Devices is its own series, but I'm gonna count it as like the whole like Shadowhunter Chronicle, Shadowhunter world, and for that I am almost up to date, and I am currently reading it, and Cassandra Clare's not done writing in this world, so I'm counting it. The next book I have is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. So far, there's only 2 books released in this series, and I am not up to date. I've only read Nevernight. I still need to read God's Grave, and I really enjoyed this series. This is adult fiction. We follow our main character, Mia, and she is training to be an assassin to get revenge on her family. The plot is so unique and interesting. I've never read a book that has like a concept like this one, and it stays with me. Like, it really left a lasting impression. So I am really, really intrigued to read God's Grave. I've heard it's fantastic. It's even better than Nevernight. So I really want to get to it soon. Next I have Stalking Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco, and I am up to date with this book as well. I have read Stalking Jack the Ripper and I've read Hunting Prince Dracula. I love this series so much. It is historical fiction. It is set in like the Victorian England era, and we follow our main character Audrey Rose, and she is kind of pushing back at society. Like, she does not want to be a lady. She doesn't want to knit and go to tea parties. She wants to work in the morgue and do autopsies. So we kind of follow her story, and there's like gruesome murders that are happening throughout England. The characters are fantastic. You really connect with them, and there's just so much humor, wit, and banter, and it's fantastic. I cannot wait for the third book to come out. Oh my gosh, when's it coming out? August or September, and it's gonna be Escape from Houdini, and I think it's gonna be set in America, and I'm really, really, really excited. And lastly, I have The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. The next book also comes out, I think in like August or September or something like that, but it's called A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. We're following Monty's sister Felicity in that book. I think it's gonna be somewhat of like a spin-off book to it, kind of like a companion novel, but all I know is that I absolutely love this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait for the next one because this one was just so fantastic. I loved the characters. There's just so much that happened in this book. Like, it was just so much chaos happened that I was not expecting, and the story took just a crazy turn, and I absolutely loved it. So I cannot wait to read the second one in the series as well. So I completely forgot to mention 2 other books. So technically I have 10. I've started these 2 books, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna complete the series. These are just like maybes, but I'll go ahead and mention them. The first one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I enjoyed this book, but it wasn't like I'm just itching for the next one. I haven't decided if I want to continue on with the series yet. It's kind of just depends on how the second book does. I think I'm gonna wait to pick up the second book and see what like other people say about it. And the next book is kind of the same thing, The Glass Sphere by Lauren DeStefano. I read the first book. Both of these were Muggle Studies book club picks, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pick up the next book in the series. I did enjoy this book. I think I gave it like maybe a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So like I said, I'm not like itching for the next one, but I haven't completely decided to not pick up the next one. So I think I'm just gonna wait and see what the reviews are for the second book. Okay, so that is it for the 10 series that I am currently reading that are uncompleted. I thought there was 8, but I forgot those last 2. Let me know down below some of these series that you are currently reading that are still being published, and let me know if you're reading any of the series that I mentioned and if you're highly anticipating the next release, because Throne of Glass, I cannot wait for Throne of Glass. I'm counting down the months right now. Anyways, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye!